I have been a very vocal member of parliament, not because I am in politics, but that's my nature. I'm a very vocal person. I believe I am very gifted in communication, and no wonder I was serving in the media for my last employment. I was a media employee for many years, for almost 25 years. And I come from a background where we were taught by our mother to be truthful. By the way, when I was elected my first parliamentary term, you remember I'm one of those who spoke the naked truth barely before I was 1 month old. When I was interviewed by the same channel, I think, and I said, it is my humble opinion that members of parliament should be paid, and should be paid well so that they can be respectable. Because if you don't pay somebody well, that person will be tempted to steal, that person will be tempted to loot, to represent an image that you want him to carry, yet his pocket cannot afford it. And I was bashed. I was bashed. People said, oh, Wamuchomba says she wants a salary increment, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And by the way, whatever I was speaking then was the naked truth. And the truth is here with us. Look at what members of parliament are doing. You don't pay them the much money. Of course, now members are paid very well. But even if you pay them very well, whatever they are presenting as image out there is looted money. Where on earth would I get 20 million cash to go and give in a Harambee? Not even 20, even 2. For me to raise 1 million shillings for a Harambee, I need to save for about a year. Every month at least 200,000, so that by 1 year I can at least have 1 million. So a member of parliament donating every weekend 5 million, 10 million, 20 million, hiyo ni pesa ya wizi. And that was the truth, and it's still the truth. I have spoken truths, not now. I remember when Uhuru Kenyatta was greeting Raila Odinga, what we popularly call handshake. I had spoken about it. And I had said, if Raila comes into government, things are going to change. And I actually even told my president then, Uhuru Kenyatta, if you greet Raila, you bring Raila into government, there will be revolt. And there was political revolt. His own Jubilee members ran away from him, including some of us who had to leave him because we needed to rescue our political careers. I stood with Uhuru Kenyatta in that parliament for 4 years, against the people, against the popularity that was there. And I had to run to UDA the last 3 months because the ground was hostile. And that was the truth. Now I'm here to tell people the truth. You cannot build Kenya through taxes. No. And the route President Ruto took immediately after elections last year was wrong. And I told him, I tried. I tried reaching out to him. I tried writing on a platform we share together, and he gave me a deaf ear. The Finance Bill 2023 was punitive, it was oppressive, and it was scandalous. And my president was very mad at me. And I think even to date he's still mad at me, which is okay. My advisory was, give people a window of 2 years, remove some of the taxes at the down part of the pyramid so that you can spur growth. And as you spur growth, you start taxing, what Kibaki did in the year 2003. Affordable housing was a very good concept. But the way he presented it and the way he started implementing it, to me it was scandalous. Because it was blatant theft of public land. The aspect of trying to sell houses that are built on public land, to me, and you have already taxed me the same money, that is scandalous. The political class have a lot of interest in those houses because they believe they can use their political opportunity to amend the law, affordable housing law, so that they can allow themselves to sell the houses they have been holding. When I fought the finance bill last year, the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and the President himself came to my ground They came for an event and they had an opportunity to bash me. And they said, this woman, and I hate it when they call me woman. Oops, it really makes me sick. They said, oh, did you send her to say no to finance bill? My people said, yes, we sent her. And they said, okay, now, mujue. Hapa hamutapata maendeleo kwa sababu mjumbe wenyu ameangusha hii finance bill. That is what they said. And I speak the truth because it is there. You can get from the clips. I went back to my ground and I told people, tell me, are roads allocation constitutional? Yes. I will fight for what is constitutional. Your tokens, you can keep them. Whatever favors you want to do for me, you can keep them. But what is supposed to be mine, it must come. The fact that I fight the government, I don't fight them because I hate them. I fight them to correct them. I fight them for them to be accountable and provide integrity in their procedures. So my roads have been done. There is no single road that has not been done. Although I complained because there was some skewedness in the allocation of some tarmacs. And all the money went to Kikuyu. I'm sure you remember. Yeah. And I thank the president because when I spoke about it and I gave data, they cancelled those tenders. They did not cancel because they didn't want Kikuyu to benefit, but they also realized that there was some tokenism that was happening, that some constituencies, not only Githunguri, but all other constituencies were suffering because of one constituency. I'm part of Kenya Kwanza. And when they were appointing board members, I expected them to also pick a few people from Githunguri. The majority leader was blatantly saying, your MP is fighting Ruto. Where did I fight Ruto? I didn't fight Ruto. I fought his finance bill. And finance bill was not his, by the way. It was for parliament. That was a parliamentary procedure. And that is why I keep on saying, these people don't understand that we have the presidency and we have parliament. When I oppose a finance bill as a member of parliament, I am 100% doing my job. And the president cannot fight me because that is my democratic role and my democratic right. I refused to be intimidated is when I came out publicly and I said the cabinet secretaries that have been elected by President Ruto, some of them did not qualify to become cabinet secretaries. And I went to one of your channels, I think it was your channel, and I said, if I was the one electing, I would not have passed 2 characters. Yeah. I said, anybody who has had a rape case in courts and now becomes the cabinet secretary to handle women in his ministry, I said, I have no trust. I was ejected out of one of the WhatsApp group. One of the WhatsApp group. The same night when I said that, I was ejected. Total letdown, completely let down. So Mr. President goofed this first day when he appointed the cabinet. That was his first goof. Zile score tulikuwa tumempatia za credibility zikaenda chini. Because we didn't expect him to clear some characters, appoint them into cabinet ministers, only for him to appear 1 year down the line to tell us that they don't know what they are doing in offices. He also lost marks there. I hate being called Sibajike. I hate being called the lioness. I hate those Iron Ladies titles. Because I believe I'm a delegate of the people of Githunguri. I am a delegate representative. I am not a trustee. I don't speak because I belong to this political party. I don't speak because I am speaking so that I can please anybody, but this is my duty. And for those who don't know me very well, I don't have a very good history of being a good girl. I don't want to say I'm a bad girl like Millie did, but I want to say that I am not in the box that is associated with women whose voices are suppressed. People imagine that because you belong to this political party, when your boss stands, you all stand. When your political party leader exits, you also exit. Whereas I'm in a political party, I don't believe in that. Because in an environment of democracy, then we are not able to draw a line between what is democracy and what is party patronage. And that's my problem. So I'm very conflicted right now, because I have to abide by my political party, and I have also to abide by my voters. So it's up to me to decide who is more powerful. And to me, my voter is more powerful than my political party. Because even if I was chased out of a political party, my people can decide to vote me again using any other umbrella or an independent candidate. And the same way they're trying to muzzle the media, they're also trying to muzzle some of us, threatening us, intimidating us. But we are beyond that. Our allegiance to the Constitution of Kenya, which we fought for, I fought for this 2010 Constitution. I didn't fight with my blood and sweat, but I fought with my resources and my energy. So we cannot then sit, because we are in a politics now, we are MPs now, we shut up when we are seeing what we fought for being overwritten. We cannot. And therefore I want to tell the minister, the chairperson of the CA authority, tunakujua, we know you. We know where you're coming from and where you want to go in this country. This revolution, the Gen Z revolution, using threats and intimidations, you're not going to go far. And let me tell you, anybody ignoring what's going on is only a fool. You cannot fight over 10 million Kenyans in the streets. You cannot. And they have a backup of many others who are silently watching. Yule anafunga kitambaa kwa kijiji, akisema something is not right, think twice. Our mothers are never wrong. When you see my father who goes to the coffee plantation in Gumboots, coming out for a public meeting which they normally don't attend. Hawa wazee wa Gumboot, wale wa majani chai, hawaendagi mikutano ya siasa. Ukimwona huyu mzee amefika kwa mkutano ya siasa na ako na courage ya kusema si kuzuri, be careful. And we must stop calling our young people subua. Wanatusumbua kwa sababu tumewaonyesha ya kwamba tumelemewa, that is why wanatusumbua. There is no justification you can give to any boy or any girl who has gone through university education in Kenya, went even for attachment in a company, and then you can't provide a job for that person. There is no justification. There we have failed flat. That person has a reason to get very annoyed with the government. Can we first of all create a database of all the jobless young people qualified we have in Kenya? Do we have a database? What is this department called National Employment Agency Authority does? What is their work? Can we have a register of all the graduates from every institution that are Kenyan youth and don't have jobs? Then we can start from there, saying we have 50,000 or 100,000 or 3 million or 5 million, because I think maybe they are almost 10 million. Your database iko wapi? Ndio tuanze hapo. Ndio tujue we can map out the joblessness versus our capacity. So the president keeps defending and saying, I've created 160,000 jobs in my housing project. Will a mechatronic engineer fit in the housing project? Will a videographer from Kenya Institute of Mass Communication fit in the affordable housing project? Will a nurse fit in a housing, housing? You see, that's what I'm talking about. If really we mean business with these young people, let us revisit our tax regime. Let us create opportunities for local manufacturers and local traders who have ventures, serious ventures, with serious output in this country. Accommodate these young people and enjoy some tax rebates and tax remedies from us. I did not have to speak much, but the Gen Zs are saying it. What I did not say, they are saying it. Unfortunately, they are saying it and they are dying. Unfortunately, they are saying it and they are getting maimed. They are saying it painfully. We have also disregarded so many things that are of great concern to our people. You saw the kind of uproar that was there when Kenyans got to experience blatant looting in the name of fertilizer. I mean, when you sell to Kenyans through a government agency, fake fertilizer, adulterated fertilizer, and you claim that there are people who are in other political camp that are interfering with your work. I mean, that is absurd. The only thing that I find working and whose intentions were good was Hustler Fund. But just the other day, the Auditor General said 428 million cannot be traced. I was like, oh, the only good thing that I found? You mean you have also looted? The reason why I was supporting, and I have been supporting Hustler Fund, is because I thought that was an opportunity for the unrateable Kenyan had an opportunity to access credit without passing through gatekeepers and agenda setters. Because if it is my phone, it is my phone, and I get the money. The other thing that I support is coffee reforms. We needed coffee reforms. They only did 20% of the reforms we wanted, so we are still pushing for 80%. The push for tea reforms was noble. The only problem is that in Kenya, you remove cartels, other cartels come in to replace the ones you have removed. That is the problem. But if we really were to do reforms the way they are supposed to be done, I think that could have been the game changer. But unfortunately, I don't think we are doing right. I don't think we are safe by saying Ruto must go. And I'll keep saying this even if the Gen Zs don't want me to say it. I will say it. We are not safe saying Ruto must go. Go. Then what? If he has to go, the whole system has to go. Who made the bad law that made Gen Zs go to the street? Is it the president? It is Parliament. Who passed the privatization bad law? Is it the president? It is Parliament. Who is giving county land for scandalous affordable housing? It is the governors. It is not the president. Do we have a law that can manage elections in this country right now? No. Do we have IEBC commissioners that can oversee elections? No. Do we have budgets to fund a by-election or by-elections? No. But right now, if you do it, this is a gateway to anarchy. I know very well for you and me, nobody would celebrate in anarchy. President Ruto is a good man. For him to be where he is up to there, he has some goodness. But for him to survive up to 2027, if he has to, he just needs to get serious. And if possible, spend more time in State House and Harambee House. And spend very little time on the roof of the car. That business on top of the roof of the car is not working. No, it is not working. Avoid public appearances because that is the only place he gets tempted to overpromise things that he cannot deliver or is not able to deliver. And the temptations, because he's a politician, are many. For president to keep on saying, going out and saying, nimetega, ninapanga, your game haingi. He may need to re-strategize. When he was firing the cabinet, where was his deputy? When this country was burning, the first day the Gen Zs went on the streets, the day they were occupying everywhere, including Parliament, where was his deputy? He's realized now I'm alone. The deputy seems to be cold because of what the president and his friends have been doing to the deputy president. The deputy president has come out very clearly and said, they have denied me to use planes to go for my assignment. He has come out and said there are people who are arrogantly abusing him, disregarding him. He has come out publicly and said so many things. Have we ever seen the president come out and defend his deputy in public? No. He lost some marks. If President Ruto doesn't deal with his hardliners, the people around him, the people who call me names all the time, the people who will go and tell him, Gathoni said this, Gathoni was seen with so-and-so, Gathoni is a friend of so-and-so, those people, even his union with Raila will not stand. So the president must learn that you cannot run a government with your buddies, and you cannot trust the same people to run serious government with you. They will blunder in your name, and they have blundered in his name. And I'm sure he knows what I'm talking about.
Munasema tusimamishe hii fujo? Na tusimamishe hii vita?
The people who handle him must up their game. President Ruto must brand himself. A new brand. A brand that can be trusted with what he says. A brand that is consistent with what he says. And a brand that looks accommodative to every Kenyan. He must stop mixing presidential events with parliamentary events. President must realize that Parliament has its boss called the Speaker. And the ultimate decision of the Speaker is final when it comes to matters legislation and matters Parliament. Until that mission is accomplished, I will speak and I will do it. When I was campaigning in Githunguri, people thought, she's just another woman. But because I was the first woman to campaign in Githunguri and win, I heard people say, we are not ready for a woman MP. They kept saying that. Mama hawezi ezana. Warohio had tried. Mrs. Warohio had tried in Githunguri, but she didn't succeed. So I'm the first woman MP for Githunguri. We have been in office for 18 months. And within those 18 months, I've done 15 visible projects, tangible projects.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
But as long as it is taxpayers' money, itapigana. Na nimepigana. Mpaka pesa inamwagika Githunguri yote. So I told people of Githunguri to allow me to use what I have. What do I have? The capacity to speak, the capacity to question, the capacity to press, and to announce when I have to announce. You cannot ignore me, because if you ignore me, I have a tool. And my tool is the fact that I can be able to speak out. And by the way, I am glad that I have spoken on so many issues that the government has corrected with immediate effect, because if they don't, I have a very big following. And I thank God, because Kenyans know and are able to identify people who are genuine. I believe I'm a woman on a mission. My time will come. But from now, I must do what my maker wants me to do. Sometimes I also surprise myself, why do I speak like this? Have you ever surprised yourself? Sometimes I surprise myself. People think I'm mad. There's somebody who told me, by the way, you have bipolar. I'm like, are you serious? Just because I speak the truth, I have bipolar? I am not bipolar. Because people expect you to be the girl who is in the cage and to behave just like the girl next door. Unfortunately, if I've never behaved like the girl next door, please forgive me. But I'm a girl of my own. Even when I'm intimidated and threatened, I speak to myself every morning. Gathoni, you must do it for the women of Kenya. Gathoni, you must do it for those girls in secondary school who aspire to become politicians. When I saw those girls, the Gen Z, speak on TV, I was like, wow, this is the kind of women we need in politics. Young, vibrant, intelligent, courageous, and bold. Where do you think those women get inspirations from if some of us don't speak? So I must speak. So if my mission will end up becoming a true leader in this country, let it be. If this is the end of me, let it be. I know the struggle. I am halfway the struggle. I know the commitment. I have dedicated to that commitment. But I must do it for the women of Kenya. Prepare for a woman president in this country. One day, one time, we are going to be there.
Hallelujah.